Alright, let's continue working on rational equations, and I'm going to get started by just multiplying both sides of the equation by the least common denominator of all fractions, because that will basically get rid of all the denominators for me, and that'll be a good thing, because then we basically get rid of all fractions. So right now, the least common denominator that we can have is 6m, because 2m goes into 6m, and so does 3m. So I can multiply this side by 6m and this side by 6m also. So let's do that. And again, remember that we basically have a 1 below the 6m. That'll be the denominator. And when we're multiplying fractions, we multiply top and top, bottom and bottom. So 6m times 2m plus 3. Now just have this element in brackets, because that's going to make things a little bit easier for us to see what's going to happen. And over here we have 1 times 2m, because we're basically, which gives us 2m, because we're basically multiplying the whole fractions, the 6m over 1 times 2m plus 3 over 2m. So we need to also multiply the 1 by 2m. And over on the right side, we need to distribute the 6m over 1. So we get 1 times 6m, which is just 6m, all over 3m times 1, 3m, plus now 1 times 6m, 6m, all over 6m times 1, which is just 6m. Okay, now we can start canceling things out. I'm going to pick a different color here for that, so the m's can cancel out right away. 6 over 2 is just 3. Over here, 6m, or, well, the m's just cancel out, and over here as well. 6 over 3 is just 2. 6 over 6 is just 1. So, over on this side, we're going to have 3 times 2m plus 3, which is equal to 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, so I can already write that down. And over here, I will distribute the 3. So 3 times 2m, 6m. 3 times 3, 9. Equals 3. Okay, so now we're pretty close to the end here, and I'll subtract 9 from both sides of the equation. So those are going to go away. And over on this side, I'm just going to continue over on this side because I ran out of room over there. I bring down the 6m. The 9's are gone because 9 minus 9 is 0. And that's just going to be equal to 3 minus 9, which is negative 6. Okay. Then I can just divide both sides by 6. And m will be equal to negative 6 over 6, which is negative 1. That's it. But now, before we commit and say that that's an official answer, we need to take a look at the restricted values for this rational equation. And all these denominators have just 0 as a restricted value. And why is that? Because let's say that we have 2m. 2m can't be equal to 0, right? Because no denominator can be equal to 0. And if we divide both sides by 2, 0 over 2 is just 0. So regardless of the number that we pick, we can say that 3m would be not equal to 0. That would also give us just 0. So the only restricted value that we have is 0. Since we found that m is negative 1, which is not 0, of course, that is a correct value, and that would be the solution for this equation. And that's it.